persons, children, stealing at illegal checkpoints, extorting money from businesses, and destroying and ransacking public and private properties. Gangs targeted individuals perceived as cooperating with the police, wow, or defying their authority. Some victims were executed, their bodies often doused with gasoline and burned. Others were subject to gang organized trials, arbitrarily held captive, and at times forced to pay fine to secure their release. Gangs continue using sexual violence to spread fear among, subjugate, and punish the population. The reports add detailing grave abuse on an appalling scale. Between March 1st, 2025 and December 31st, 2025, at least 1,571 women and girls were victims of sexual violence, mostly gang rape. Others, including children, were coerced into so-called sentimental relationships with gang members and subjected to prolonged sexual exploitation and abuse. The report also documents instances of unnecessary or disproportionate use of force by police between 1st March 2025 and the 15th of January 2026. It identifies 247 instances of actual or attempted summary execution of suspected gang members or individual believed to support gangs, resulting in the death of 196 people and injuries to 51 others. Listen, I can't understand. Barbecue and Company wants peace, they want a better IT, they want all these things, but it just continues, they just continue to terrorize people of the same color, people that looks like them. How are they gonna build a better Haiti when this is what they are doing? Burl, I think maybe you need to go over there and have a chat with Barbecue because they're not behaving. I do not like the fact that women are being exploited sexually or in any other way, and it is sad that they don't see or they don't seem to remember where they came from, a whole woman, because if it wasn't for a woman, none of them could have been here. So I don't know when the tensions in Haiti are going to go away. I do not know who is going to help to curb or stop it, because we saw varying countries went there and it's the same old, and I think if President Trump wants to invade someplace, then maybe he should go there and do something about what's happening than doing things to other places that is going to cost all of us here in the Caribbean. Go and try to get some peace over there. Take the people that are doing bad over there. Don't just go and pick on other countries just because you can. But I guess he really doesn't care for over there, maybe. As he... Go ahead, Biff. All right, we're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Buster! We run things, things are run we. Buster! Buster! Living color, do it differently. Buster! Buster! Large and in charge, like for the party. Buster! Buster! We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste. Buster, bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
Buster, live in full color.
Buster!
Unlock the secrets to a healthier you. Join Dr. Natalie Osborne every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. on WinFM 98.9 for Weekly Dose. During this 30-minute health discussion, we aim to educate and empower our listeners on the prevention of diseases, early diagnosis, and timely intervention. Don't miss out on this informative health talk where we teach you to live your best life. Weekly Dose, Tuesdays on WinFM 98.9.
Here are your value at IGA Blue Tag specials running March 5th To March 18th, the Libby's canned vegetables $4.99, ragu spaghetti sauce $12.99, essential everyday shredded and chunk cheese $7.99, Morningstar meatless entrees $20.99, IGO essential everyday waffles $11.99, Sony Delight smooth and tangy $7.99, and now our value deals: almond breeze, almond milk $9.99, essential everyday vinegar white $6.99, the Mueller's pasta $5.99, Almond Hammer deodorant $8.99, essential everyday roasted dry peanuts $11.99, the Colgate toothpaste $6.99. Shop smart, shop value mart.
Ready to play, match, and win? With Caribbean Numbers, you can turn your favorite numbers into big cash prizes up to $20,000. For as low as $1, pick your numbers, play your way. Quiniela, Pale, or Tripleta, there's a game for you. Then match your numbers and win cash. It's fun and as easy as 1, 2, 3. Your numbers, your way, your time. Feel the thrill in every play, available from any Caribbean lottery agent island-wide. Must be 21 or older to play. Please play responsibly.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
And you can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. Anytime, whatever time. It's tea time. Whatever time. It's tea time. Snack on a delicious tea time biscuit anytime. It's tea time.
And we're back on Island Tea, just about 22 minutes after the hour of 8. Caller, thank you for holding. Good morning. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island Tea. All right. Caller, good morning. You're live on Island Tea.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, and greetings once more in Jesus Christ's name to everybody. Jesus Christ, who saves sinners from the sins and from hell, by the gospel only, through faith only, according to the Bible only, and the second person of the eternal Trinity he is. Now, what I would like to say is that concerning the issue of Haiti, okay, a lot of it is also, which you don't really hear on the corporate news, and the quote-unquote mainstream media. You don't really hear it. But a lot of the gang, what is called gang violence and that sort of stuff, is really pushback against the government that is the puppet of the American government doing the American bidding. And so what happened that a lot of people are pushing back against that as well, in Haiti, where the government is concerned, because a lot of them is just puppets for America. That part you are not going to hear on the corporate media, what is called the mainstream media.
Okay.
And so, but that still doesn't give any excuse for doing what is wrong, including raping and that sort of stuff.
Exactly, because I was wondering when you were going to get to that part.
Okay? But I understand the pushback part. That part I do understand.
Okay.
But not the raping. And it's a similar thing. For example, Mary Ruwat in her book, Healing the World, and other people have seen it. I've seen it, and other people, resources and that sort of stuff. For example, the CIA and the American intelligence have been responsible for pushing, for example, drugs in America, especially in the black community. And while America is to be blamed for that as well, the government, that still doesn't give the excuse of black people killing their own, murdering their own.
Yeah, because when is Haiti going to get themselves sorted? They want proper leadership, yet he doesn't lead properly because, as they rightfully say, if they believe, imagine they're not sure. They're going to try people and do people all kind of things before they eventually kill them because, or as they say, they ask for money is to let them go. Money is just a fuel, feed themselves, fuel what they need to get for their gangs, etc., etc. But what impact are you making on a country that's been suffering for so much years by continuing to treat your kind bad? That's why when people talk about slavery, as I said, we put our own people there because I didn't like you from that tribe, I didn't like that. So we sold each other. We are our own detriment as a people, and especially a people of color. We don't treat each other well.
Black man is black man's biggest problem.
Biggest problem.
Yeah, you see, and while, like I said, outside influences to a certain extent to be blamed, America, Europe, you name them, while they to a certain extent is partly to be blamed, that still doesn't excuse the black man from ill-treating his own and being evil to his own, okay? So the blame goes all over. But like I always say, ultimately, it's because of our disobedience to the word of God why these things happen in the ultimate sense.
But Greg,
these evils and wickedness.
Okay, and we know everybody is not going to want to follow Jesus, maybe until it's too late, right? But come on, Barbecue wants this, he wants to see that, but he still continues to terrorize him and his people, and other gangs still continue to terrorize people. How are you gonna move forward? How are you gonna build IT? How are you gonna make it livable for the people that are there? What are you doing, sir? What are you doing?
You see, part of obeying the people is knowing. Well, you first have to biblically repent. You first have to biblically repent, receive Jesus Christ as your Lord, Savior, and Redeemer. These are the first things that have to be done. And secondly, you need to go in the Word and know the kind of people you need to put up as leaders. Because if you put up the ungodly as the leaders, which we all are doing, you're not going to get the better, you're going to get the worse. And therefore, things degenerate into all of these confusion. It's just that some countries quicker and move further down the road than other countries. But they all are going in that direction. And that is why I say ultimately, because the only cure is the Bible, really. And disobeying the Bible is what is taking you down that road. There is no other answer. I don't care what experts you bring, there is no other answer. You have to start with the Bible via biblical repentance. You must start there. Now, the question concerning diabetes. You see? Now,
okay.
Again,
Greg, we may have to cut off, and you'll have to call back. I have Social Security in the house.
No problem. All the best to you. But everything goes back to the Bible. Jesus Christ is the Lord. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Greg. All right. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back with Social Security.
Found the sound. 98.9.
Win more with the Mega Ball. Pick 3 and pick 4, you could get it all.
Yes, playing Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Caribbean Lottery just got more rewarding. For just an extra $1, increase your winnings by $1,000 with Pick 3 and $10,000 with Pick 4 when you play the Mega Ball.
You ready to win a little extra? You ready to win a little extra? You ready to win a little extra? Then get on the ball.
Play Pick 3 and Pick 4 with Mega Ball at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 and over to play.
Buster! We run things are on we. Buster! Buster! Living color, do it differently. Buster! Buster! Large and in charge, like for the party. Buster! Buster! We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste, Buster, bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
Buster, live in full color.
Buster!
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust. To secure your investment, you need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
You can win more with the Mega Ball. Pick 3 and pick 4, you can get it all.
Yes, playing Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Caribbean Lottery just got more rewarding. For just an extra $1, increase your winnings by $1,000 with Pick 3 and $10,000 with Pick 4 when you play the Mega Ball.
You ready to win a little extra? You ready to win a little extra? You ready to win a little extra? Let's get on the ball.
Play Pick 3 and Pick 4 with Mega Ball at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide. Must be 21 and over to play.
Buster! We run things, things are on we. Buster! Buster! Living color, do it differently. Buster! Buster! Large and in charge, like for the party. Buster! Buster! We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
7 flavors, best taste, Buster, bolder, better, better. Pick your color.
We set the pace, then everybody follow it.
Buster, live in full color.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust. To secure your investment, you need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us. TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind. You're always safe with us.
¿Listo para jugar pale, quiniela y tripleta? Con el juego Caribbean Numbers puedes convertir tus números favoritos en grandes premios en efectivo, hasta $20,000. Por tan solo $1, elige tus números y juega a tu manera. Quiniela, pale o tripleta, el que tú prefieras. Acierta los números ganadores y gana efectivo. Es divertido y tan fácil como 1, 2, 3. Tus números a tu manera. Es tu momento. Siente la emoción en cada jugada. Disponible en cualquier agente del Caribbean Lottery en toda la isla. Debes tener 21 años o más para jugar. Por favor, juega responsablemente.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
Tire treads gone? Going bald? Don't let this be you. It's time for new tires from TDC Automotive. As the month rolls along, buy 2 or more tires and get 20% off your purchase. Get more savings and safer driving for the roads ahead. Visit TDC Automotive today at Southwell Industrial Estate in St. Kitts or Penny's Industrial Estate Nevis. TDC Automotive, #1 for a reason. Terms and conditions apply. Offer valid while stocks last.
We are back on Island T, and it's just about 35 minutes after the hour of 8. And in studio with us, we have the lovely Camilla, as most of you know her, Miss Lawrence from Social Security. Cam, take it away. Good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning. It's good to be here for your live interaction with Social Security. This morning, I'm really open to getting a lot of calls. I want to hear what you have to say, how you feel about Social Security. So whatever is burning on your chest, give us a call. Hortensia will share the numbers. All right. Now, this morning, I just want to share some reminders, especially as it relates to claiming sickness benefit and employment injury. Oftentimes, there's a confusion on behalf of the insured person when they claim employment injury. In the case of employment injury, as it says, as the name implies, you got injured on the job or your sickness resulted from your work environment or your job-related incident. It also includes coverage sometimes on your way to work, on your return from work to your home. So what happens is normally if someone is sick, the yellow form, because now people identify the forms by color. The yellow form is sickness, but the yellow form is also the injury form. On the form, there's a part that says, was the injury related to work or occurred on the work? And they give like 1 or 2 lines for you to explain that it was an injury. Once we recognize that it's an injury, even the calculation change, because in sickness, the replacement rate or the benefit is calculated based on 65% of your earnings. But in employment injury, the benefit is calculated on 75% of your earnings and reimbursement of your medical expenses up to $25,000. When people hear us say that $25,000, they think like, oh, I'm going to get $25,000. But no. Different injuries have different amounts slotted for it. So let's say you break your hand on the job. Your replacement rate would be 75% of your earnings plus reimbursement of your medical expenses. This may include therapy over a period or for your medication and your doctor visits. So before you get into that part, there's something that is called the accident report form. And a lot of employees think that when they submit the yellow form and state, yes, it was an injury on the job, the calculation begins. No, we have to wait for the employer to complete the accident report to say, okay, yes, this injury did in fact occur on the job, and I certify that truly this is what happened, such and such. The officer was not doing anything he or she shouldn't be doing. They were performing their duties as they should. They were on their way to work using the normal route they normally take or the transportation provided by the employer. And so that part is very essential before the process begins. Sometimes there's a delay getting that form back. And in the meantime, Social Security really has to wait, or we can pay you based on a sickness, which is 65%, as opposed to 75%, which is the one for employment injury. So resultantly, there is usually some delay. If you were sick, all the wages in, information in, same injury. You break your hand at home, it was not work, the information is in, Social Security processes that claim within 10 days. However, you break your hand on the job, there's the form to complete by the insured person, the employee. There's an accident report form to complete by the employer. Then the processing begins. So we've been having a lot of calls about that, like, I was injured, why is it staying this long? Or what's the difference in the calculation? Because I'm seeing that I received more as opposed to if I'm sick. And those are the incidents or the factors that would create a situation like that. So I just wanted to share that this morning. Sickness benefit is 65% of your earnings, whereas employment injury has up to 6 benefits tied on the employment injury. But the one that is most popular is the employment injury benefit replacement, which is 75% of your earnings, along with reimbursement of your medical expenses. So that's that. I hope that clears it up. But I really, really want to hear from you guys as to what's on your mind as it relates to Social Security. So the numbers to call are Hortensia.
466-0989 or 1-718-285-6984. And with the, as you said, the injury on the job, we know the sickness benefit takes 10 days to process. I know you said you can't, is there like, is it a month?
Once the information is in, it takes the same 10 days.
Okay.
Short-term benefits takes about 10 days.
Okay.
But we recognize with employers, it may be a little more difficult to reach within that 10 days. Some, as soon as the incident happens, they fill out the form and we go forward. Some, we have to wait a little while longer. We usually even send our inspectors to get the information so that the insured person's benefit could be processed smoothly and we move along from there. A next matter that has been raising some talk around is reform. Recently, I was called to answer some questions live on air about reform speculations. Of course, it's a topic that we've spoken about many times. Sure. Okay, we'll wait your call. Please call back. Contention, I'm not hearing you well. Okay, no better, much better.
All right.
Okay, so I was saying there's a lot of discussion, speculation about reform as it relates to Social Security. This is something that we've spoken about many times.
Cam, hold on. You seem to have a caller. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T, and this is a segment with Social Security. Good morning, Jam Down. How are you?
Good morning to the beautiful woman there from Social Security.
Good morning, Mr. Jam Down.
This is Jam Down here.
Go ahead, Jam Down.
I want the customer to Social Security from the days of Mr. Manning, Ruby Taylor, and Alex. Oh, we had something going at Port Zante. Where we seen at Port Zante is terrible. Because when that girl, Ruby Taylor, and I must tell you, Catencio, that young woman from Ruby Taylor, see, she worked with all the government from the inception of Social Security. And she never used to play with paying Social Security, Because it look like these government ministers collaborating with people coming in the country and then paying the full dues. And Jam Down will speak. I'm warning the board of Social Security, to go down the back Ruby how she used to get this collection. Because many years over on the Port Zante, before it push off like that, when I took up a phone and called Ruby, she said, wait, Mr. Manners are coming. And when we get in those young people who are in this position and you can't see them. I saw one of them yesterday in Port Zante. And the guy ain't even come over and have a conversation. We ain't gonna play with these kind of things, Because if you want the job, get the job. The job is collection. And I wax you, Ruby Taylor in 17 years, God bless Mr. Manning. You know the problem I want to tell you, the young lady from Social Security? I Jam Down Manners declaring right now that the management of Social Security get a picture down there, Mr. Manning. Get a picture down there, Mr. Manning. Why is he down there and contribute to Social Security, Mine are not saying the picture can't be there, but a picture must be in the hallway when you go to the receptionist. And Mr. Manning, for his contribution, I'm bringing that to me. And Ruby Taylor staff, have a good morning, Potencia, we love you. And we're hearing something about Quintino, because I don't know, I want to hear people bring facts to people. Have a good morning. We will deal with that in detail.
All right. Thank you, Jam Down.
Thank you, Jam Down. It's always a pleasure hearing from you. We welcome your feedback as it relates to the compliance of Social Security. I am glad that you saw an officer over there. It means that they continued their work as it relates to Port Zante. But any feedback related to the improvement of compliance, Social Security welcomes it. We take your recommendation as well for photos of Mr. Manning and others who would have served. We are also doing some renovation, some transitioning and stuff like that. So those pictures were already there, to be quite honest, and we're in the process of revamping this space shortly. And so, duly noted, those honorees will have their place right back where they were at Social Security. Thank you, Mr. Jamdon.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T, and you're live on the segment with Social Security.
Good morning. You started saying that there has been talk about reform, and this has been going on for quite some years.
Correct.
Could you help me with a few questions I have?
Sure.
The general, the upper limit of age, or more importantly, of dollar value into which one pays Social Security, when was it last adjusted? When was it last modified?
Okay. The year I cannot quite say, but it has been at 78,000 annually, which is about 6,500 for quite some time. Maybe about 15 years, if I should think so. It has been there, but I don't want to be specific at a time, but it has been quite some time. What the data has shown, though, is that less than 10% of the working population work for more than 6,500 monthly.
Yes, but my general thing is this. Whether or not it's 10%, 5%, or 25%, the point is that the upper level at which you collect Social Security from contributors has not changed in 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
In 18 months, our minimum wage went from $9 to $12.50 in 18 months. Okay? And so when we have both contributions being frozen for at least 15 years, from what you said, it is no wonder that the Social Security faces a challenge of being sustainable. Another thing is the Social Security methodologies of doing things are still based in 1977 or 78, whenever it is the Social Security scheme was introduced. It is 50 years old. The process whereby people tell us a month is based on how many Mondays are in the month. A system which tells us that we're sending reports based on every single week that the work can put something in an X in a box, etc. These systems of reporting to Social Security, the process of applying for Social Security benefits, etc., these have been promised to us for eons. And then the biggest item, the failure of the powers that be to not have the courage to increase the age at which Social Security benefits start being paid, will continue to contribute to making Social Security unsustainable. There's absolutely no reason you're working in Social Security, we should do a history of the Social Security system. When the first Social Security schemes were introduced in Germany almost 100 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
the retirement age for collecting the equivalent of Social Security was the expected death, the expected longevity of people. So the idea was that if you live longer than the anticipated age, you will get benefits. I'm not suggesting we go back to that system, but people are living much, much longer. And there's no reason why we should not be saying you start collecting Social Security at the age of 70. After all, I am proposing simple changes. Persons between the ages of 50 and beyond will stay with the present scheme. Persons between the ages of 36 and 49, the retirement age will become 65. Persons under the age of 36, the retirement age will become 70. Don't tell me that if you are 29 or 30 years old, you cannot, over the course of 30 years, adjust your savings, adjust your lifestyle so that you collect Social Security at 70 years old. Because if we continue, we are living longer because of better health care, we are living longer because of better nutrition, we are living longer because of other factors. And since our system is shrinking, in terms of who is contributing to Social Security, we are dooming it to an unsustainable situation where it is already is where we are told in recent years the contributions collected are less than the benefits being paid out. I trust that the powers that be will one day, sooner than later, get the courage to change these things rather than saying it's going to come, and then one day someone says, oh my God, it's here. May you have a productive, hard-working day.
Thank you so much for your contribution. They've been duly noted. Your recommendations have been noted and will be included in our upcoming discussions. You have maintained your contribution as it relates to what measures should be considered over the years. So in fact, I give credit to the thought process that you've put into making these commendations for the sustainability of the Social Security Fund. We are in fact a maturing organization, or rather a mature organization, and since 1978 the contribution rate of 5% have remained in place. Noting the demographics, noting the shrinking contributor base, very soon this will be unsustainable and our very strong Social Security Fund will have challenges. So time is critical. These changes are essential to ensuring that the promise is kept. We know that persons have the confidence when they make a claim to Social Security, they're going to receive their benefit. Notwithstanding, sometimes we have a delay because things happen in between, not for lack of money, but rather other processes. The caller made mention of our operating systems, developing with technology to improve how we process payments, how employers report on wages, and those are things we are vigorously working on, and we'll have some solutions very, very soon. Seems like he knows my work plan for the year. So very, very soon, some of the promises that we've made will be true, will be delivered. One even more exciting is that we're going to be having the compliance power in your hand. You're going to have an app where you can see how many contributions your employer have paid on your behalf, where the self-employed can also see his or her wage record. We're making improvements to the payment methods as well. We've heard many times about the need to have accessibility outside of our working hours, so we are developing or have developed a solution where you can also pay online, which includes the self-employed, and just now we'll be sharing those products with the public. That will help in our compliance, because if you now can look and see where boss man you ain't pay for the year, and they will be more triggered now to ensure that, you know, people could see, so let me keep this thing in check. So we're working on those.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T and on the Social Security segment.
I have one or two questions.
Thank you for holding, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. As it relates to contributions, I'm aware that once you make 500 contributions, you are eligible for Social Security. However, it is alleged that people who have never even contributed 500, this is an allegation I heard, that they get in Social Security. And I have a problem with that because my mom toiled in the sugar industry for over 50 years, and she's 96, and all she gets for Social Security is 400. How is that fair that people who never contributed or choose not to work getting money? And that is maybe why the Social Security is shrinking, you know? And then another question I have, like I said, you have to contribute 500, right? But for somebody who has worked shortly, let's say 10 years, right? I understand that you have something that, like, you usually when you don't do the full, you will get a lump sum, right? Because I have two close relatives who got a lump sum because they were out the country. But the person hasn't worked a full 10 years, and now they could go in and pay up in order to get a monthly contribution. I didn't know Social Security
That's
do
not
something
true.
like that.
No, that's not possible. You cannot pay back to benefit. So I hope that clarifies.
If you work short at the 500
If you
contribution, you
yes,
just get a
if
lump sum.
you're gonna get a
no
lump sum.
arrangement with Social Security to pay in just to get the
No,
monthly pension.
no.
That's what you're saying?
You cannot do that. It's against the law. You cannot do that.
Okay, well, I just wanted to be sure.
And then,
but like you said,
Mhm.
Social Security is shrinking, so y'all have to look in there. People who ain't contribute, I know sometimes you got a little, you may be poor and you really need the help. I mean, I could see through that. Maybe, you're just not able. But for people who choose not to work, they shouldn't be getting no money.
They don't.
Well, I heard people getting.
Okay, let me explain to you. What happened when Social Security started, for whatever reason, there would have been persons who, even if they contributed up to the point of 62, they didn't have enough contributions, they will get something called an assistance pension. So from 1978 to now, we do have an assistance pension program, but considering the evolution of Social Security and the ability of people to work and contribute to the fund, that element of the assistance pension is quite small. So they're not any new entrants per se as it relates to you choose not to work at all, because it's not a free ride. I am here working, Hortensia is over there working, I'm sure you're working. So it's not a free ride for you to decide you're not going to work and then at 62 you're going to come and ask Social Security for an assistance pension. It doesn't work like that.
I happy to know that because I worked nearly 20 years, and when I'm ready to get mine, I might have to take somebody to court.
No.
If mine ain't there.
No, because we are responsible administrators of the Social Security Fund, and all will be in place to ensure that you get your pension and that I get mine without any delay. That is why we continue to do this sort of work.
It's a pleasure to hear you. I look forward to this show because I always have something to ask.
Yes, I appreciate that. A minimum pension is $500. So anybody who is in receipt of a Social Security pension, that was changed from $430 in January 2024 to now $500.
Yeah, but I think y'all need to start to increase that 400. 400 can't
We don't have a
like
400 pension.
You don't have none?
We have a $500 minimum pension.
That needs to
Right?
step up to at least 7. But anyway, thanks for your
Of
time.
course, considering where we are, increases are possible with increased contributions to Social Security. We're paying 5 cents out of $1 for the benefits that we currently receive from Social Security. So it's
More people need to be working. Okay. Thank
yes, yes.
you. All right. Thank you. K&K.
Have a great. Oh, that's cute.
K&K.
Thanks. Yes. Just like that, we're out of time. You have more callers for me?
Yeah, but technically we have about 6 more minutes because we started 5 minutes before. So if you don't have to run away, you can probably, if we have more callers, we take them. If not, you can wrap up and we finish on the 9 o'clock.
It's always good to talk to our listeners, our insured persons, our stakeholders, because Social Security is in fact ours. We've all contributed to the fund, and we all have a responsibility to challenge the management, to challenge the board, to challenge the staff, and ask the hard questions. That is why we are here, to provide that transparency, that accountability, that when you raise your concerns, that they're duly considered, because Social Security is perhaps the single foundational pillar, that stone in the corner that they say is the foundation. Social Security has proven its worth over the years. I wasn't around, but I've been told stories that when there was no Social Security. Workers had to continue to work as far as when they're back bent over to get the basic needs. I can recall very vividly as a small girl, my grandmother with a bent back, hump right over, because she had to continue to work. My mother is 74 this year and borrowing my high shoes. Because she is getting her pension, she is strong and well and can work, and that is what she does.
Yeah.
Right? And then there are other situations where we never know when things can change for us.
exactly.
I'm very close to a young man who I met at a very unfortunate incident. He was young, working, got into a work accident, he broke his back. Right? And Social Security has been there for him from since he's 19 up to now.
Okay.
We never know. Then there are some of us who have no children, and then there are others of us who have many children. We never know what the life cycle is going to be, but at every step of the way, Social Security is present. I often tell my friends, I love you guys very much, but I don't know none of you who can give my mother or whosoever $3,500 to bury me. Social Security is that friend, right? Social Security is there at every life stage. And I want to take this opportunity to encourage employees to check on your contribution status. Don't wait until you're sick or something happens to find out if your employer is making contributions. Self-employed, I want to implore you. You've taken that big chance on yourself to provide your own wealth. You also need to ensure that in times of sickness, when you're not able to braid hair, when you're not able to take the pictures, when you're not able to do makeup or construction,
Okay, Cam, let's take one last call
Social
before
Security.
you wrap up. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T and on the Social Security segment with Miss Lawrence.
Yes, I'm going to say something. Good morning to the lady. Good morning to the good lady.
Good morning.
I'm going to say something that is really, really good more to the government who is in charge of Social Security and not really so much for the lady because it's really above her. What I'm going to say is this. There are different reasons, but one of the reasons why Social Security is becoming more and more unsustainable and therefore going more and more the broke way is simply because of the murdering of the unborn in the womb in the name of abortion. And therefore, a lot of people supposed to be in the workforce contributing are not there because they were murdered in the womb, and the government is not doing anything about it. As a matter of fact, they seem to be turning a blind eye to this. And this is one of the reasons why Social Security, among other things, ain't just Social Security being affected negatively, but since this is Social Security program and zeroing and Social Security, one reason why it's being so affected negatively is because of the murdering of the unborn in the womb in the name of abortion, and government is not doing anything about it. Thank you very much.
Caller, thank you.
Okay, I want to thank the caller for his contribution as well. We are out of time, and it's time for us to wrap up today's program. Just a recap, the difference between sickness benefit and injury, the percentage rate of injury benefit is 75% with the inclusion of reimbursement of medical expenses. So save those receipts and submit it with your claim. There's some, submit it with your claim. And then as it relates to the matter of reform, of course, this has been a topic that we've spoken about for many, many, many years. And it means that it is important for us to truly consider, and not just consider, but take the necessary steps to ensure that our Social Security continues to be stable, continues to meet our pensioners' monthly expectations, continue to meet employees when life happens, because when you least expect it, it does. So employers, I want to encourage you to pay your contributions in full and on time. Self-employed, please do so for yourself. And employees, check on your status. Until then, everyone, be safe and have a great day.
Okay, thank you for coming in and educating us. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this short break.
We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or a DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you. Join me, Percival Hanley, this coming Friday and every other Friday at 10 a.m. to 12 noon for Heritage Matters on Win Media SKN 98.9. Heritage matters to me. Heritage matters to you.
You ever hear earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the door, we are any exit. Stairs might broke up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that, because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
This message is sponsored by the Australian Government, AusAid, and produced by NEMA in collaboration with WinFM.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust to secure your investment. You need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
And it's just about 9 minutes after the hour of 9, and we're back on Island T as we continue. Okay, caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Hello, caller.
Good rising to you, Hortensia and Troy.
Morning, sir.
And the listeners. Now,
Morning.
about the clip, the information you shared of what is taking place in Haiti, Hortensia. Now, you know, I must give kudos to Greg. I appreciate what he said about, the external forces that is behind what the chaos that is happening in Haiti. Now, you may or may not know, Cortensia and Troy, Haiti have minerals. And like all other geographical space on planet Earth that have minerals, the superpowers are interested in those minerals. Haiti, Guyana, the continent of Africa. And in order to get their hands on these minerals, they create chaos, instability. They will even assassinate a president for those minerals. Now, I'm going to take a different spin on Haiti in the backdrop of what you said, Cortensia. When? Why can't we?
We have a next guest coming on in the next 4 minutes, okay, Jenny? So just in case, we may have to cut you at...
Okay, yeah, I'll try to be
okay,
quick.
No problem.
No. I said something the other day, right? And it went like this. I asked the question, the biblical character, God, annihilated the Egyptians for enslaving
the Israelites.
No. We pray to this God. We've been praying. Generations before us have prayed to this biblical God. And what has happened? Now, when are we going to ask the question? I'm asking the question, when would this biblical God now punish colonialism, Europeans, Americans for enslaving black people?
In time.
Well, Cortensia, remember, this biblical God stretched out his hand in the Old Testament. But like I said, because they say, we are no longer under the law, we are now by grace and truth. And Jesus himself said, I come not to condemn the law, but the law through him should be fulfilled. Guys, these things are deep. They are very deep. And we must not allow these things. Now, let me say this. Journey is not making mock of the scriptures, I am not making mock. I am very serious with what I'm saying. This is not making a mock of the scripture. Because you want to know something, Cortensia and Troy? You know who is more powerful than the biblical God? The authors who wrote it. Because none of them was there when they gave us in the beginning God. God never asked none of them to hold a tape. And God never gave none of them a book and a paper that said, you write this. None of those who claimed they were wholly inspired was there in the beginning. But because they put it in a book, we are in that book and we are being controlled because we have not recognized the elements of life, earth, air, water, fire, spirit, and the S-U-N. And all of that came from a source, the universe, where everything descends from spirit that became flesh. But Cortensia, I'm going to leave it there. But let us look at what is happening in Haiti because, again, I would say to you and Troy and the listeners, the powers that be are no different to the biblical character that says, go kill and take land and the spoil. What Trump is doing, is it any different to what the biblical character have done? You analyze the scripture and look at what is happening today. Because the Spirit God in a book did not put forth his hand. Man wrote that God did this and God did that in the Old Testament. So if God can inspire them, well, tell them, let them give me the address give my address to God, let God speak to me. I am connected to my ancestors, Cortensia and Troy. And before the Bible, before the devil, there was no devil in Africa.
Okay, Journey, I don't mean to cut you, but remember we have the segment coming up at 9:15.
Okay,
so you can always call back, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9 Win FM.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. Anytime, whatever time. It's tea time. Whatever time. It's tea time. Snack on a delicious tea time biscuit anytime. It's tea time.
This is not a drill. Liat Air's 30-day advance sale is live right now. We're talking prices so low, you'll think we made a mistake. Spoiler alert, we did it. Say hello Barbados, hello St. Lucia, hello Antigua. Book 30 days ahead for ridiculously low fares across our Caribbean network. But hurry, seats are filling up like last roti at lunch fast. Visit www.flyliatair.com or call 1268-713-5428 today. Liat Air, pride of the Caribbean.
Do you want to know what's happening in sport? Tune into On the Ball, a weekly tour show which is on WinFM 98.9 every Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. with me, your host, Troy Biff Mills. We will keep you on the ball with our variety of guests and, of course, your calls, discussing the facts and the stats and sharing your opinions. Get on the ball and stay on the ball by tuning into On the Ball with Troy Biff Mills on WinFM 98.9 every Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m. and also on Facebook and YouTube. Be on the ball.
Come, build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers. We don't just sell materials, we help you build your dreams. Whether it's a new home, a renovation, or DIY project, we're here to make it happen. That's why we say, build with us. From foundation to finish, come to our stores where we have the best in building materials, hardware, tools, paints, expert advice, and more. Whatever you need, you can count on us. So if you're ready to get started, build with us. With Hostels Building and Nevis Centers, you're not just building a structure, you're building a future. Let us help you create something amazing. Dream with us, plan with us, grow with us, build with us. Come build with us at Hostels Building and Nevis Centers today. Build with us at Hostels.
To the hands that plant, the families that harvest, and the farmers who feed St. Kitts and Nevis, we thank you. This March, TDC Home and Building Depot celebrates you with 20% off lawn and garden essentials. Everything you need to grow stronger, greener, and better than ever. Visit TDC Home and Building Depot today, and let's keep growing together. TDC, proudly supporting the farmers of St. Kitts and Nevis. Together we succeed.
Here comes the Mega Ball. You could win more with the Mega Ball. Pick 3 and pick 4 and you could get all.
Yes, playing Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Caribbean Lottery just got more rewarding. Now you can win more with the Mega Ball. For just an extra $1, increase your winnings by $1,000 with the Pick 3 and a big $10,000 with the Pick 4. Don't wait, play today. Play Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Mega Ball at Caribbean Lottery agents island-wide.
You ready to win a little extra? Then get on the ball.
Must be 21 and over to play.
And we are back on Island Tea, and on this segment we do have a representative from the Solid Waste Management Company. I'll allow her to introduce herself, and then she will tell us what she will be talking about today. Good morning, welcome to the studios. How are you doing today?
Good morning, good morning. My name is Aria Brown and I'm the Communications Manager at the Solid Waste Management Corporation. It's so good to be back in studios.
Our pleasure having you.
Today I'm just going to do a brief recap of what we did throughout the month, what's upcoming, etc.
Okay, go ahead, take it away.
Okay, so for the month of March, we had a little bit going on. We had Global Recycling Day that was on the 18th. And to commemorate, we actually had the commissioning ceremony for the phase 2 of our expanded recycling facility, and of course, the baler contribution that we got from the Taiwan ICDF technical mission. And that just speaks volumes as it relates to, just how far the strides that we are making as it relates to sustainability and, of course, our recycling efforts. We did also collaborate, minimally, of course, with the Ministry of Environment on our social media campaign. Unfortunately, it didn't come off as planned, but we are still so grateful to the ministry for lending us their resources. On the heels of recycling, we have the schedule for the upcoming month. So, as we know, recycling tents are every Tuesday at rotating stations. We have stations at Buckley's, that's opposite Best Buy, as well as the airport roundabout there by the Ministry of Education/Finance. And on the 7th, we have it in Connery, that's there by the airport roundabout. The 14th would be Buckley's, the 21st would be Connery, the 28th would be Buckley's, and on the last Saturday of the month, which is the 25th, we have a tent in Deep Bay.
You said every Tuesday of each month, right?
Definitely.
What are some of the benefits for people bringing recycled goods? Because we know people like benefits.
Well, currently, the benefit that can be derived is that we are able to keep these plastics out of the general waste. Initially, when the project started, there were some incentives that we gave, but we don't want persons to become too lenient on the incentives. At the end of the day, we want them to want to help the planet to keep St. Kitts clean, or St. Kitts and Nevis clean. And so while the incentives has since slowed down, we definitely still want to encourage persons to do their part in keeping the Federation clean.
Oh, alrighty. I just was asking someone if you're related to them, because you sound just like them, Sharifa Brown. Is that your sister?
I don't even know.
Oh my
Sharifa.
gosh, you all need to meet. Anything else that we need to know about? Because you all sound just alike.
All right. Coming up on the 30th of March, we have International Day of Zero Waste. And ideally, the thought surrounding this day is to do our best to minimize the waste that we produce. I don't know if this is something that you've ever done, but there was a point in my life where I studied the amount of waste that I produced. Wow. And I was thinking, it's just me and my toddler. Why am I filling a bin every week? Like, you really shouldn't realistically be producing that much waste, especially as like a singular person, you know? So that's the idea surrounding the International Day of Zero Waste. We've minimized our output of waste. We try to see how best we could recycle, for example. So instead of taking your food in the container, maybe you can take a reusable plastic container or something to the place. Okay. I know that I think OJ's does it. I don't know if it's OJ's the name. They're by the square, the little food court there by the square. I know that they do something similar, and that in and of itself is a great initiative that we must commend them for. But we also want to consider minimizing our food waste. That is something that we are particularly interested in this year because, fun fact, the natural gas emissions that is in the atmosphere, about 58% of it could be attributed to food scraps in landfills. And so, you know, it is our duty to do our part to minimize that. And one of the ways that we would encourage persons to, if they have the capacity, is to consider composting. Even if they want, even if they're not so much into like gardening and what's not, they could look at ways to sell it back and what's not. There is cash in the trash, as we're always tooting. And so we just want to consider being creative when it comes to reducing our waste.
So who are we selling our trash to?
From the corporation standpoint, we are not selling our trash to anyone.
Okay.
We are just saying that instead of throwing your stuff in the bins, from a singular standpoint, you use it, you throw it away. Find creative ways to reuse. Perhaps we could look into turning it into art. Of course, you could be able to generate income from that kind of thing.
Okay.
So that is the idea surrounding
Okay,
it.
I was just wondering if we sell it to farmers or somebody that could use the composting for
Well,
their garden. Because some of us
absolutely.
can't garden. That's why I was asking.
Absolutely, but that is something that you can do very much on your own.
Okay. All right. All right. You can continue along.
Well, that is it for me. I just wanted to highlight the International Day of Zero Waste and, of course, bring to you guys' attention the recycling days for the month, of course. As you know, we always want to discourage illegal dumping. A sore point for us. It's really not a lot of money to bring your stuff to the landfill. And one of the disheartening things is that we recognize the issue isn't always transportation. You know, you would have paid your monies to get your stuff disposed of within the legal framework, and persons, truckers, are disingenuous and they throw off the waste wherever they desire. And like I said, some of this stuff, $5, $10, it's really not a lot of money, and that is a perception that persons have. You know, it might be too expensive. It's really, really not. We spend more money doing regular stuff, regular day-to-day stuff, than it would be to take your stuff to the landfill. And so, like I said, we want to discourage against illegal dumping. We want to encourage the transporters to do the right thing. And persons who engage transporters, there is a receipt that is generated at the landfill. Ensure that they bring the receipt back to you, because one of the things that happens often with our little wardens is that when they conduct their investigations, when they see cartensia in your trash, they come into cartensia. They're not the wiser that Zari was the one who transported them. And so it's cartensia's responsibility to ensure that the correct thing was done with her waste. And so what we encourage is that you ask for your receipts.
All right, I like that, because I was just going to ask what is in place. And in terms of prosecution, is there anything in place when persons are caught?
Oh, definitely. There is, of course, the regular ticket that we give at the $500, but it can be escalated through the court process with a maximum fine of $20,000.
Alrighty. So I know our recycling day was yesterday, so
yes.
And that caps off this month.
Well, of course, we have
in April.
Tentatively Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. Okay, so it's going to be on, because you said tentatively. So it's on?
Well, I know they were experiencing an issue, so I would have to check back in with them, but it's usually the last Saturday of the month.
Oh, okay. And as we wrap up for those persons listening, do you have the dates already, Ms. Brown, for April?
Yes, so it's the 7th in Connery, the 14th in Buckley's, the 21st in Connery, the 25th in Deep Bay, and the 28th in Buckley's.
All right, so there you have it. And for those persons who may want to get in contact with solid waste, we have a caller. Give me 1 second. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. You can go ahead with your question for Ms. Brown. Caller, you can go ahead with your question for Ms. Brown. Okay, I'm not hearing that. With your question for Ms. Brown?
Yes, it's me. I would like to ask Ms. Brown something that missed me. I'm not really too smart, so something has missed me. You said that, okay, what did you say to make sure that the person take your has taken your garbage to the proper place. The receipt that you said, does the person, if I understand correct, you're saying that the place, the landfill or whatever, going to give the person a receipt to give the person who paid them to take their garbage to the landfill?
That is correct.
So you have to.
Okay, so it's okay. So if somebody take my garbage, they're supposed to demand that
receipt. Definitely, it is yours.
Okay, because I was wondering if that would have been the person who took it to say that they paid them to take the garbage. I was wondering if that was the case, but okay,
No,
thank you very much.
The receipt is for the waste that you brought to the landfill, and so the receipt is yours. It has nothing to do with any monies that you would have paid the trucker. It is the onus is on the trucker to give you a receipt from their establishment.
Oh, so the trucker would have to tell the people them your name and that sort of stuff and that sort of stuff. Okay.
Not necessarily, but they can tell the person your name, but it's not necessary. You just want to verify that this stuff was in fact brought to the landfill.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that the receipt would have to identify the garbage to say, well, it come from X person. So that if you come to me now, I could show you my receipt that well, the landfill recognized that my garbage was taken to them. Because I have on my name.
Understood. But what the receipt would have on is likely to be the trucker's name, their vehicle number, and the type of waste, and of course what was paid for it. And then with you being in possession of that receipt, you are able to confirm to, for example, the Little Wardens that, well, this is the receipt that the trucker brought to you to confirm that they did in fact take your stuff to the landfill. Now, if it is that your waste is found elsewhere, and for argument's sake, it is a fraudulent receipt that the trucker would have given to you, the Little Wardens, of course, would carry out the investigation and ticket whoever they deem responsible.
Well, let me ask another question quickly. What if the trucker, I asked the trucker for the receipt and the trucker refused to give me? What do I do?
Well, you can bring it to the attention of the Little Wardens so that they are aware that in the event they found your waste anywhere, you would have essentially covered your bases.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right. And I'm happy to hear that, because I don't want to have to pay for anything if my name is found in the transaction. Ms. Brown, it was indeed a pleasure. Anything in the wrap-up to let the folks know before we...
Absolutely, especially for those interested in the database collection announcement. You could stay tuned to our social media at SWMCSK on all social media platforms. That's WhatsApp channel, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. You can call our offices at 465-9507. And if you see anybody on the road wearing the solid waste logo, they should have the information for you readily available for you, or be able to point you in the direction of the information. So don't forget, that's SWMCSK on all social media platforms, or 465-9507.
I said the last call, but there's somebody else on the line. This will be the last one. Caller, go ahead for Ms. Brown quickly.
Yes, good morning. Question. I can remember a couple of months ago, there was an incident in Connery where there was some Chinese that were caught red-handed dumping stuff. What was the outcome of that? Because we don't know. We have not seen the outcome. We saw the whole thing take place on social media, but we have not seen the outcome. We look on social media every day. We see our young men pictures are being plastered all over social media. They were caught with some weed or some this or some that. Well, we need to see the Chinese face on social media telling us how much they had to be paid to solid waste. Have a good day.
Caller.
I'm not sure. Okay, so the question in that would have been, what was the outcome? Yeah. And the outcome would have been that we dealt with the matter within the parameters of our capacity. So, all of that to say, they were ticketed. We, of course, cannot plaster their faces on social media in the same way, so long as they were not convicted of a crime. And so we have to be careful of that, because then the matter could be turned around on us where we are now facing a lawsuit. And so we did deal with the matter in accordance with our act. We did pursue the case as much as we could, and that would have been the end of the situation.
All right. So, Ms. Brown, thank you so much for coming in and educating us. I know our listening audience, we had lines were lighting up like crazy, but every time I got to one, they were gone. So you have a great day, and we'll see you again next month.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Found the sound 98.9 Win FM.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. Rams. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. Rewarding your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
Here comes the Mega Ball. You could win more with the Mega Ball. Pick 3 and pick 4 and you could get all.
Yes, playing Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Caribbean Lottery just got more rewarding. Now you can win more with the Mega Ball. For just an extra $1, increase your winnings by $1,000 with the Pick 3 and a big $10,000 with the Pick 4. Don't wait, play today. Play Pick 3 and Pick 4 with the Mega Ball at Caribbean Lottery Agents Island-wide.
You ready to win a little extra? Then get on the ball.
Must be 21 and over to play.
Got itchy palms? That's a sign. Money could be coming your way with Scratch and Win from Caribbean Lottery. It's the easiest way to win instantly. No waiting, no fuss. With tickets starting from just $2 up to $20. Win over $35 million in prizes. The higher the price, the bigger the prize. So scratch today for your chance to win up to $200,000. Available at Caribbean Lottery Agents Island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. Anytime, whatever time. It's tea time. Whatever time. It's tea time. Snack on a delicious tea time biscuit anytime. It's tea time.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
Got itchy palms? That's a sign. Money could be coming your way with Scratch and Win from Caribbean Lottery. It's the easiest way to win instantly. No waiting, no fuss. With tickets starting from just $2 up to $20. Win over $35 million in prizes. The higher the price, the bigger the prize. So scratch today for your chance to win up to $200,000. Available at Caribbean Lottery Agents Island-wide. Must be 21 years and older to play.
Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it.
And we're back on Island T, just about 39 minutes after the hour of 9. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Good morning. Caller? Okay, I'm not here. Okay, I have an announcement to read, so I'll do so quickly. Caller, bear with me. TDC wishes to advise the public that it is currently experiencing some technical issues which the company is currently addressing. This will cause limited functionality, which will include our telephone service. Our retail stores and related businesses are open to serve you. We do apologize for any inconvenience caused. Once again, TDC wishes to advise the public that it is currently experiencing some technical issues, which the company is currently addressing. This will cause limited functionality, which will include our telephone service. Our retail stores and related businesses are open to serve you. We do apologize for any inconvenience caused. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Thank you for your patience and waiting.
Good morning, Cotton here, Biff. Yes,
Morning, sir.
Morning.
I know it would have been put in. I'm talking about your Social Security section segment. Might have been put in your guest in an uncomfortable position, but
I don't think so, because she wanted calls. You see, she had me reciting the numbers a few times. She wanted you to come and the audience to come and speak.
You haven't heard the question, or you haven't heard the comment. Well, it's very easy for your Social Security rep to come on and talk about us lowly contributors, and her suggesting that, well, or agreeing that the age should, when you start getting Social Security, should be increased, whether to 70 or whatever. Okay? But there's another aspect of Social Security which she probably would not have liked to deal with, and that is Social Security invests some of their funds. Okay? And over the years, lots of questions have been asked as to whether or not they were prudent in their investments, and also in decisions they've made concerning what they do with their money. Okay. Now I guess that goes directly, not so much to the operational manager, or CEO, but the board itself, and by extension, government. So who I'm sure has a say in where they invest their money. And so while, yes, we realize that they may need to increase that age, there are other aspects that they can do with whether they're endowments or investments and so on, that can delay that. Okay, I'm not sure if the actuarial report would have gone into that aspect of things, or they just dealt with the solvency in terms of what's coming in and what's going out. But and that's why I say it might have been difficult for her to, be seen to be criticizing her bosses, right? That's what I meant. Okay. No, she can't do it, but I could, as a contributor, and once was, and as an ordinary citizen, okay, without consequences at least. You also made a point there, which I think Biff agreed with, and I'm not so sure we should be going with that narrative, the narrative that black people are their worst enemies.
But we are. You don't think so?
No, I don't think so one bit.
So who sold us to whom?
That is the question. Who told us that? Who told us that? Right? Look. No.
I love your faith.
I've worked in other jurisdictions, apart from St. Kitts, and I know the culture of other first world jurisdictions, and nothing is more cutthroat than them. Right? They have a cutthroat, with its corporate culture, a fierce competition among themselves, We accuse each other of pulling each other down. It's the same thing up there. It's no different. Trust me. The only difference is they have developed systems that at least come to grips with certain aspects of that culture that make them appear to be better in terms of those relationships than us. I'm talking about things like there's more accountability, for one. They have a stance against corruption, even though there's corruption there themselves. You know, for instance, in a lot of jurisdictions overseas, the things, for instance, that politicians get away with down here, they would not get away with up there. Okay, so there are those aspects. Their systems of accountability are better. But in terms of their relationship with one another, look, they're just as cutthroat. And what also makes it different, though, is the fact that, generally speaking, they're very civil to their own. Civil in the sense that once they're easier to unify against some outsider or somebody of a different race or different nationality, right? Some people call it patriotism. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. To me, it's more nationalism than anything else. But there is that aspect of it that they have under control, which we don't have. But certainly in terms of I don't like to be perpetuating this myth that we're so different and so bad towards each other. They're just like that in their particular culture. Remember that even before colonization, right, they used to attack each other. You forget that?
You mean our color?
Our
color people?
No, I'm talking about the Europeans and...
Yeah, they used to do that just because we used to attack each other too, because it's from that.
Right, so don't make it, so what I'm saying is we should not make it sound like it's a black person only phenomenon.
No, it is not. But we encourage them to carry on the process. That's what I'm saying.
We encourage who to carry on the process?
The people who enslaved us. Because we gave away some of our very own to them for pieces of glasses, etc., which was nothing fancy. They were just sparkly.
And that corruption still exists.
Until now. That's why I'm saying, right? Mr. McMahon, if barbecue wants better for Haiti, why does he continue to allow people to basically demoralize it? Why not get rid of all of them and then do something good with it? Don't be raping the young girls and the women and killing other people, trying people by your court, which makes no sense because you are gonna be unfair anyway. Because even if I tell you I'm not part of the gang, you still may not believe me. You're still gonna kill me anyways. So what is he doing? What is he doing for the betterment of his country other than fighting down other corrupt cops like him, etc., etc.? What is he doing? They're gonna basically mash up the whole place and nobody gonna come help them. They're gonna leave them mash it up. As I said, maybe that's where Mr. Trump should send people to clean up so that the good people that are praying and hope for better one day, they can actually see that, because he's not doing anything to help the people. That's how I see it.
I understand that. I understand that, Hortensia. But like I said before, that's an easy target, okay? Because he's obviously wrong in doing things like that. But it's an easy target. You don't go after the people who can do something about it. I've always felt that CARICOM could, it is right in our backyard. They should have been able to do more to help the situation there. Africa is across the waters there, right? They should have been able to do more to help the situation in Haiti and not leave it to the North Americans and the colonizers. But we're not doing that.
No, because it doesn't concern us. It doesn't affect us.
Exactly, precisely. And so, yes, it's easy to blame the gangs and the leaders and the corrupt people in Haiti and so on, right? That's easy. But nobody else is going to take responsibility for what's happening, apart from saying I'm sorry. You can't tell me that I'm going to go right back home, Hortensio, right? If Ghana has so much territory and needs so much development and so on, and they now have resources to do it, why can't they take a large contingent of Haitians to Guyana?
Everybody for themselves.
You're scared of what problems they might bring, right?
Exactly. That's why they don't want them.
Exactly, right? And at the same time, and to use another example, okay, all of us are willing to wash our hands, ready and willing to wash our hands of Cuba, okay? Forgetting that, if Cuba becomes a failed state, it's going to affect us. Remember what happened with the, you've seen the movie Scarface, I'm sure, right? When Castro cynically emptied the prisons and so on with the gang members and so on, and they caused mayhem up there in Miami until they take them back. Okay, we don't want those kinds of things there, and I'm saying that just enlightened self-interest should make us more concerned with what happens in places like Cuba and in Haiti. They're right in our neighborhood. Okay, and I'm seeing us pointing blame at everybody else, including the past colonizers, and not trying to be accountable for what's happening now.
Exactly. So it really shows that we are not, and I'm clear on this, we are not each other's keeper. We're not our brother's keeper. We really aren't.
No, we aren't.
We are not.
And I'm saying also that although that is a fact, it's not all of us, black people or black states, that are failed states. Okay, and so we should not be that hard on ourselves. We just need to be more accountable to help those of us who are. That's my simple point, and not denigrate the whole race and say that we keep each other down. That's feeding into somebody else's narrative that I don't agree.
Yeah, because remember when we heard the Prime Minister say no Haitians, we were like, what?
Yeah,
and then we saw how when they landed here illegally, as I tell my husband, every time I pass that area in Keys, I look up and I remember the Haitians being let down from here, some in cuffs, whatever. And
we all have a collective. We all have collective guilt here.
Yeah.
Okay, we could have done better. And we didn't. Okay? Because it's not us in the sense that we're feeding. We essentially were thinking like Donald Trump. Those.
Yeah, exactly. And we are the same color. That's the bad thing. We are the same color.
Yes, we should be holding ourselves more accountable to
okay, no problem.
Happens. Okay then.
All right, Mr. McMahon, thank you so much. Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Yeah, Hortensia?
Hi.
It's me again. Yes. Now, we have to be very careful, with these news that we get from the corporate media, the so-called mainstream media, be it BBC or the American media, you know, we have to be very careful because one thing I'm learning more and more is that they lie bad. No, maybe.
That's why I said what I said when I read that stuff, because I figure y'all going to say, oh, it coming from UN or somewhere else. They're just going to want to paint them bad.
Yeah, right. Well, I know they lie bad.
Oh,
they lie because they lie on their own and they lie on foreigners. They lie bad. And maybe Barbecue is doing what they're saying, maybe. And maybe he isn't. Maybe all he's just doing simply is just resisting the American puppet government. And they're saying that he and his people are doing things that they're not doing. Could be that case, so.
Okay.
So
you want to go find out for me?
Huh?
You want to go find out for me?
No problem. If we sponsor my trip, hey, no problem.
Oh, but I said for me, I never said win. I'm not sending you on behalf of win. I send you on behalf of me. You want to put me in things now?
No problem.
Me? I would not send you there for anybody to say send you to undone you. Not at all, sir.
Well, okay. So then I guess I won't be able to do it for you then.
Yeah, but go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, but we got to be because we got to be because, for example, a lot of what they're saying on Iran right now is not true, and they're hiding Iran retaliation, the results of Iran retaliation. They lied a lot on Saddam, they lied a lot on Gaddafi, and they just lie a lot, you know.
So the
not
fact
saying that some of the things that might not be true, but they do amp up what they say with a lot of falsehood.
Okay.
And even in America, you know, certain black people and even white people and that sort of stuff, they lie on because they might stand up for certain rights and that sort of stuff. And the media, they say things that are in trouble because they want to paint them in a bad light to make the government look good. So you can't be very, very careful. This thing I've learned, they lied a lot during COVID. They just lie, you know.
So who do we believe? Because every day we wake up is something else, somebody saying something else. We see the Iranians say Trump is lying because they didn't have any ceasefire talks. We see Russia continues to bombard Ukraine. So everything is a lie. We see they say Israel is taking over the southern part of Lebanon. What do we believe when we wake up in the morning then?
Well, the only thing I could recommend to people, you go for everything in life. Listen to all the sides. Listen to corporate media, yes, but listen to the independent media, the independent shows that bring news and that sort of stuff that give it from a different angle. There's a thing called Ground News. You could subscribe to it, give you from all kind of different news from all kind of different angles and the issues, that sort of stuff. You can't just listen to one set of people. And it goes for everything in life, including even where religion is concerned, Bible is concerned. You can't just listen to one set of preachers. You have to listen to everybody. And well, I just say ultimately, where the Bible is concerned, you go to the Bible to see who is telling truth and who is telling truth. But you listen from all sides. And that thing that I said earlier concerning Social Security, abortion, and that sort of stuff, those things are just strengthening my point.
But what facts do you have on that? What
Hmm?
facts do you have on that to know that the low birth rate is the reason why? We know a lot of people aren't. People are planning better when it comes to making children, etc., etc. So what facts, what figures do you have to support the claim that you made about abortion having an impact on the contributions to the longevity of the Social Security?
And many other things as well. Obviously, the government is not keeping any stats, and that's why we do not really have any official
Are
stats
you sure
on
the
that.
government isn't keeping stats on that?
Yes, I'm sure the government is not keeping stats on that. Otherwise, I would like somebody to point me to where I can go to get the stats on the abortion issue.
Okay, Greg, we have to close off for now. We have a program coming up, so we have to let them start on time, okay? Thank you.
So like I said, we disobey the Bible.
All right. Thank you always for your
To our
contributions.
destruction. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, kind sir. To all our callers, everyone that contributed to today's program, thank you to our guests as well. And here is where we close it off for today. We wish you a blessed hump day, a safe one. And my co-host, I was about to do that, is just rubbing it in to remind you folks that I won't be in tomorrow. Yeah, sorry, I have an early morning, but Friday I'll be here. We'll be chatting, and the tea will continue to be piping hot. I wanted to engage Mr. McMahon on something because he was on a program last time, but Mr. McMahon, we'll save that for Friday, okay? So have a great day, Biff. Same
I'm
to
already
you.
missing you for tomorrow.
Oh, you will do well.
All right, I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, thank you.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it. Tea time, calling night, noon and morning. Tasty biscuit, just can't resist it.
You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. You can dunk it, you lick it, you taste it, you spin it, you twist it, you can mix them all together. It don't get any better. Anytime, whatever time, it's tea time. Whatever time, it's tea time. Snack on a delicious